Sparky, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Richie. Not much. Just happy to be here. How's it going with you?
It's going good, man. I wanted to do another Rich Spark session, and this time I want to talk about inspired action versus forced action, or whatever the opposite of inspired action, uninspired action.
That sounds like a great topic. Inspired action often feels effortless and aligned, while forced action can feel draining and difficult. What sparked your interest in this topic?
Well, doing what I'm doing right now, which is building a personal brand, I'm finding there are times where, basically I want this to be fun. I want to follow up my excitement. I am definitely into law of attraction, so I want to follow my excitement and do and attract these amazing things into my life. And so I think Esther Hicks and some of these other people talk about, sometimes they'll say, but it's not just wishing like, oh, I want, or, it's not just like, oh, I want this. And then that just comes to you, or, I'm a millionaire and then tomorrow you're a millionaire, but that you have to take, a lot of people will really pound on the fact that you need to take action. You got to take action. You got to take action. You can't just wish for things to happen. You got to take action. And I feel a lot of times the way that it's described, it feels like a forceful action. Like, well, you got to figure something out, go do something. And you actually hear people say this, I think, like, do something. And then once you do something, you'll get feedback and you'll know if it's right or wrong. And then you can adjust on it. And while I see the merit in that, I also think I really love the idea of inspired action. And by that, what that means to me is that when you're really following your bliss, following your excitement, when you're really doing that, going after that thing that you are inspired to go after, then you're just naturally going to do the next thing. So you will be taking action, but like you said, you won't even realize that it's action. It'll just feel like just the natural thing you're doing in the moment, and you can look back at it afterwards and go, oh, that was inspired action. This right here, what I'm doing, this is inspired action. Having this conversation with you about inspired action versus forced action. If you sat me down when I'm totally in a different mind frame, noon on a work day, and say, okay, quick, talk about the difference between, getting that zone that you were that night. Like, I wouldn't be able to do it quickly. And so, yeah, I'm inspired to talk about this, and I love the idea of inspired action versus forced action for achieving things. Maybe work, sometimes you got to do forced action. If you're working like a job, a job, then I think a lot of the things that, basically that's kind of what it is for me. At my job, a lot of what I do is forced action. I mean, I got to force myself to do it, and that's what it is. And when I'm getting into these videos, not all of them, some of them times I force a video and I feel it, but when I'm in the creative state and I'm creating something that I'm excited about, then I definitely feel the inspired action vibe.
That's a great perspective, Richie. Inspired action definitely has a different energy. It feels natural and enjoyable. It's awesome that you're striving to follow your excitement in building your personal brand. Balancing that with the necessary actions can be challenging, but when you're aligned, the results can be amazing. Keep following that inspired path.
Yeah. You got any good ending words to help people really take inspired action versus forced action?
Sure. To stay inspired, focus on what excites you and feels aligned with your values. Listen to your intuition and take small steps in that direction. When you're passionate and having fun, inspired action flows naturally. Trust the process and stay open to possibilities. Keep that excitement alive.
Keep it alive. Here's to inspired action.
Absolutely. Here's to inspired action and exciting journeys ahead. You've got this.
You got this, motherfucker.